Hey, morning.
Good morning.
So at the beginning of this Odyssey, the very first thing we did was book a ferry, and the first ferry we could get off of Newfoundland was today, saying hey to neighbors, saying today, June 17th. And so this is the first ferry that's leaving Argentia to go back to North Sydney.
First one of the season.
First one of the season. So we're all ready for it. It was supposed to leave 2:30.
It was supposed to leave at 5.
Five. Now we've just told it's leaving at 8:30. So it's been postponed
Because of
mechanical issues. We've still been trying to get a berth, and no luck. It's not looking good. So at any rate, we're gonna do our touring around a little bit, get to Cape Spear for the official launch at some point, have some lunch, enjoy the area a little bit more maybe than we would have, and then get in line for the ferry again a little early, but kind of cool. This is off the rock day, so hey.
It is exciting. It's our
cool.
first province done.
First province done. Yep. Cool. More from the road.
Take care.
So when Susan and I first were thinking about this trip, it of course was Cape Spear to Tofino. That was the kind of path we imagined, and it's kind of cool and heady to be now on the road to Cape Spear. It's about 11-12k ahead of us. And it's going from being just this crazy vision and idea to being something that we're doing. So all very cool. And so as you look at the GPS there, you see we are very close to Cape Spear, which is right at the tip of that, the eastern tip of Canada, most easternly. And as appropriate, there's a little bit of fog about. I suspect as we roll around one of these corners, we will see it emerge. The easternmost point in Canada. Now what we'd really like to do is get down to the water and dip our toes in, but apparently it's not doable. At least not directly from Cape Spear. We did have a recommendation of coming to some beach. Maybe that's down here where these guys are. We may actually do that after Cape Spear. She be. This would be a good place for a drone. There she be. Although I guess over there is the most eastern point, is it? We leave Cape Spear. Look how gorgeous it is here. Now the one thing that you can't do easily at Cape Spear is dip your foot in the ocean. we think we can at this beach. Allison, the woman who took us for the musical event a couple nights ago, suggested it was possible. Nothing quite like motorcycling in Newfoundland, I don't think. There we go. Yeah, I guess he's probably yeah, talking to them about stuff. Wow, it is pretty. Yeah. Probably means something completely different here. Tourist. Yeah, we saw there was a zip line here. We got time to kill. Skinner's Hill. I have no idea. Whatever looks to have something of interest. Let's go left. Yeah. 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 Oh, I gotta wait. I'll be there in a bit. I hit a traffic jam in Petty Harbor. Yeah. I'm coming now. I'm behind this car. You got your blinker on, by the way. So we visited Petty Harbor, had some lunch there. It was very nice. And now we're on the way to the ferry. It's going to be a bit of a ways. It's well over 100 kilometers to the ferry. But I think it's going to be a nice ride. It's already looking like a nice ride. And neither Suze or I slept very well last night, so we've got all the time in the world in a way today, so we're going to take our time, monitor our alertness, pull over when we need to. So as it turns out, Suze and I had to do about a 40 to 50k stint back on the Trans-Canada Highway to get to the turnoff to go to Argentia. And I have to say I've loved many things about Newfoundland. One thing I haven't loved is this highway. It's just not stimulating. It wears you down. Every time we've been tired, every time we felt kind of challenged, we've been on this highway. Just trying to keep your awareness where it needs to be so that you're safe. she is. Looks like it's just arriving. So we're on the ferry. Eventually, it was supposed to leave at
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Then they told us 8:30. But then we didn't even load the bikes till 8 or later.
It was 8:30.
So we are now still in port, but going to leave soon. And apparently they have an extra gear on this boat so they can cover ground a little faster. But it's still gonna be 14 hours. No cabin, no chance of a cabin. But we did find a nice little theater.
Like theater seating.
Yeah, well, it says theater seating and good leg room, and we can recline, and that's our bed for the
I
night.
think we'll be sleeping.
Yeah, it'll work out. We're pretty tired.
We'll be warm.
But we did want to sort of film a fairly well to Newfoundland, I guess, kind of video, because this is now us leaving the Rock, and
it's been a great week.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic week. Starting right from, well, let's bookend it with meeting Jeff in North Sydney before we even got on the ferry. Our first Newfoundlander we met, became a friend right away. Tempted us to come back. He's in Port Basque. He said, go over to St. John's, but then rather than take this ferry, the St. John's ferry, come on back to Port Basque, and we'll have a lobster boil and a few cold ones, and we'll show you some Newfoundland hospitality. And he means he's a fantastic artist too, by the way. We've seen his art. Very good. And so, you know, in the back of our minds is always maybe, but, you know, honestly what stopped us was the Trans-Canada Highway. It's just, we don't like to ride it. We just, it makes us tired. There's just not enough stimulation. We like those smaller, interesting roads. So going another 2 days back on the Trans-Canada Highway 2 or 3, Otherwise, Jeff, we would have been there, and as I told Jeff, he was giving us a reason to come back. So, fantastic. We saw cool stuff from Grossmore and Port Basque itself. Has a great time in St. John's.
Terra Nova was very cool.
Was nice.
Even though the stars weren't as
rode some amazing roads.
Absolutely amazing.
Fantastic roads of all different kinds. Sometimes like alien landscapes, sometimes just beautiful mountainous, seashore, obviously, kind of stuff.
Cliffs.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's really been it's really been cool. And it's really been, well, we made it. It was part of this sort of vision that we had of beginning by going from Toronto to Newfoundland, going to Cape Spear, which we did today, the most eastern point, and now we're sort of launching our way back. So on the ferry,
Going west.
heading west. And so one of the interesting things, by the way, when you do these ferries is you line up and a bunch of other bikers line up, and you get to meet them and talk to them while you're waiting. And never like this ferry, the St. John's ferry. These are some serious bikers,
Serious
man.
bike riders.
These guys are covering a lot of distance, sometimes solo people, just on their own that are riding, but they're talking. They've come through from Florida, through the States. They're going to parts of Canada and going over to BC and down to Seattle and California. And
One guy got off the ferry at Port Basque and at 7 o'clock and drove to St. John's the same day. We took 3 days.
that's about 900 K.
Doing it in a slow way.
Oh, and it
some
was
of it.
in rain and cold.
It was rain
too,
and cold when he did it. We had nice weather.
It's not our kind of riding, but
Yeah.
man, do we have respect for these people that can do this kind of stuff. So yeah, again, more
And
new friends.
Jesse and Julia that came up from Florida, and they're now going across Canada, then going down to Sacramento. I think
Yep.
we've met some interesting people.
And yeah, and it's just like we know people on the ferry now because there's people we met in Newfoundland that are now on the ferry.
Yeah, somebody we met at Terra Nova that's now on.
Yep. So it's kind of cool. It's been a really warm place. It's really felt great to be here. We've enjoyed it a lot. We are looking forward to heading back to Toronto. We kind of have that, we're tired. I have to say, it's been so much stimulation, so much going on.
Almost 3 weeks.
Yeah. So anyway, coming back, we'll be landing in Nova Scotia tomorrow. We'll be doing a little bit of the Cabot Trail, but then we're going to call it. We're not going to try to do too much because we're going to get in late. We know that. And then we're going to do the Cabot Trail the next day and onward to PEI and back to New Brunswick and Quebec and on our way homeward. So I'm looking forward to it. Lots of fun. I don't know, any other last Newfoundland memories you want to add to?
We had a great night going out and watching live music with Allison.
Yeah.
Met some really cool people. Every one of the group was from Ontario.
Yeah.
We had a great time.
And
So Newfoundland's been awesome.
new friends. I mean, we may be meeting some of these people down the road
Yeah.
again. So yeah, good times. Okay, well, I think that's what all the life we have in us right now. We're gonna relax a little bit, cuddle into one of our little theater chairs when we get a chance, and try our best to sleep
Yeah.
for some of this ride. Yeah.
Goodbye for now, Newfoundland.
Later.